All right, I think we got it. Let me see here. I'm just going to test some things out. I'm using something different. Osceola, I left my my laptop, so we're going live here from my cell phone.
Okay. The individual calling in, will you be live or calling into the telephone?
You are live. We are live right now, so I'll edit this later. But we are live, and I have my wife back in the background doing some troubleshooting. So, Andrea, if we look like we're not doing what we should, I'm going to expect that you're going to come in and let us know. So, we're on here. So, how's it going, Brother Thomas?
Oh, it is going well. I'm one of
Good.
the clients now, and just finished doing some work today with the group in Columbiana, Alabama,
Uh
uh,
huh.
the state of New Jersey, and of course North Carolina.
Okay.
So it's good to be back in action.
All right. All right. So, good to have you. And I hopefully the sound is coming through because unless I need to use my headset, I think we're clear. Are you clear on your end? Can you hear me fine?
I hear you well. Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to expect, I know our wonderful audience will let us know if there's any trouble. But listen, okay, you're going to have to come in because I don't read sign language. So what is it? I can't hear you. He does have an echo, so I'm gonna need my headset because it's probably coming off here. So the little Apple device in the bedroom. So this is what happens when you have to improvise. You have to pivot, and that's what we're doing. But listen, we got some great things tonight. I am here with Brother Thomas, and we're going to give you some information about the South Carolina 2020 Economic Summit. So, is the echo coming from me or from him on his end? So, do you have? You may have to use headset if you have one, Brother Thomas. Do you or your earphones?
Let me
Because
try. Is
I
that
think
better?
it's hearing me from your device.
Okay, let me bear
If
with me.
not, let me try this, Andrea. I'm gonna try this and see if this is going to do us better. Is it better with me with my headset, or does he need his as well? Okay, Brother Thomas is going to get his, so mine was fine. So listen, people, all of my people that are here, I appreciate your patience. We got a few of you on. I promise you, uh, it's called life. I ran out of the I ran out of the school and left my laptop. So this is why I'm a little disoriented. But just give us a second, and we're just going to give you some great information. And I want you, those of you who have already signed up for the 2020 South Carolina Economic Summit, you have done a great thing. We have some information that we got to get down the pipeline and let you know what's happening, what's available, particularly in South Carolina. But those of you who are out of the state can also benefit from this information as well, because similar laws are there, particularly those grants that are federal grants. There may be some differences in how those monies are rolled out. However, the general framework of those grants are pretty much the same. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And Osceola Thomas is one of the gentlemen that we have come to know and come to work with. And he has done a phenomenal job with our organization in identifying grants and enabling us to be able to expand our operations as well as be able to employ, being able to do greater outreach to the community. So I'm really excited about Brother Thomas, and I appreciate you being on tonight. And I was just sharing with them kind of a little bit about how we met and some of the things that you've already done with us in identifying multi-million-dollar opportunity for us and being able to allow us to expand our outreaches. So I want to do this. I want to kind of let them, for those of you who are meeting Osceola for the first time, if you could, can you kind of share with the people who you are and what we are planning to do on the 24th? Just kind of give a little short introduction so people can know who you are.
Certainly. Well, good evening, everyone. First, Pastor Bailey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, she said that's perfect now.
Okay, I want to make sure there's no echo. Excellent.
You are
So,
good.
my name is Osceola Thomas, and I am a nonprofit consultant and proposal writer. So I help groups create 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit structures and then position those structures at the city, county, and state level to receive startup capital and to implement those programs at the grassroots level, of course, produce positive measurable outcomes, and then replicate their models and create subordinate chapters. So on the 24th of October, I will be coming to the state of South Carolina to discuss with the faith-based community all of the funding opportunities that currently exist within your state. And these opportunities are designed for faith-based nonprofits to apply for startup capital. So these are educational dollars, juvenile justice dollars. These are emergency solution grant dollars for the homeless population, and there's also workforce development dollars. So we're going to discuss these diverse funding streams, how you can position your nonprofit to apply for these dollars. And these are continuation dollars as well, so that your organization can have some longevity with these dollars as well to create grassroots level change.
All right, that's awesome. So you kind of threw out a lot there. So one of the things I wanted to do is, because the last time we had you on, I think it was for one of our Menfolk webinars, and many of the people that listened, they talked about how they were impressed, and not only impressed, but really excited to hear that there is a plan out there. There is an opportunity out there for nonprofits, churches in particular, to be able to expand their outreaches. So let's talk about somewhat why South Carolina, like what's going on in South Carolina that you feel that this is a hotbed for organizations to take advantage of a window of opportunity.
Well, certainly. First and foremost, South Carolina is personal for me. It's dear to my heart. I think I shared with you, Pastor Bailey, that my grandfather was a pastor in the state of South Carolina until he died. He was a resident of Dillon, South Carolina, and he pastored in Dillon and in Florence. And so I have family in Dillon, South Carolina. And when you and I met and we had the discussion around the corridor of shame, and we talked about Lee County, and when I did the research on the poverty in South Carolina, that just caused me to want to target that state to help create change for people of color within disenfranchised neighborhoods, within those fragile, vulnerable, and threatened corridors. And so I want to bring the faith-based community together to have a discussion around how we can collectively come together to create change by accessing these dollars to remedy the racial disparities that currently exist within the state of South Carolina.
So, go ahead. You finish your statement.
No, it's just like when I think about Nehemiah. You know, he was in the palace of Shushan, but his heart was in Jerusalem with his brothers who were lying in ruin. And so that's how I feel. You know, I've been given opportunity to work with governmental entities, institutions of higher learning at the post-secondary level, but my heart is in the disenfranchised communities with people of color that look like me. And when I hear that they're not doing well and their walls are burned with fire, of course, the evangelist in me says, Osceola, you need to go to South Carolina and help. And so that's what I'm doing before.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm only burning with excitement because what you're saying is really answered a prayer for many organizations. And you know this, that most churches are not mega churches. I think if you're over 200 members, they consider you a mega church, but not many organizations are at a size that they can have in-house resources. And so I want you to talk a little bit about how we can, how any size organization can take advantage of some of the opportunities that you're talking about.
So the great thing about it, even as a startup nonprofit, you're eligible for these dollars. So the great thing about this, if your ministry is a new ministry, if your ministry has been in existence 2-3 years, or if it's been in existence over 20 years, you're eligible to apply for these dollars. And so one of the things that I share with pastors is when you apply for these dollars, it gives you the opportunity to employ those within your congregation. So you now have the opportunity to create jobs, and the jobs that you are creating are for your members, and your members have an opportunity to fulfill the Great Commission, which is to go out and disciple lost men and women. And they also have the opportunity to rebuild those broken down communities. So we're talking financial literacy programs, housing programs, urban farming programs. There are so many different things that you can do with these dollars. And I don't want to go into detail tonight. That's for the 24th. But when you understand how you're able to position your ministry to diversify funding streams and to attack all of those life domain areas that leave people at risk, when we talk about these dollars, you're going to see that these dollars will allow you as a ministry to create self-sufficiency for people inside the building and those outside the building. And it doesn't matter the size of your congregation. It doesn't matter the years that you've been in ministry. Again, you can be a brand new 501c3 tax exempt nonprofit, or you can just be a faith-based institution, because faith-based organizations are considered nonprofits anyway, tax exempt nonprofits. So you're eligible for these dollars, and that's the conversation I want to have.
Wow, wow. So this is important because we're in a crisis right now, and many nonprofits. You're not in it where you're actively per se seeking profits, but you're providing a solution to the community.